Before we get started, a word of caution. Any and all information in this video is deemed to be true and accurate at time of recording. However, real estate is finicky and can change from day to day, month to month, year to year. So check with your local real estate agent, check with me to find out the most up-to-date, accurate information. I hope you get some value out of this video. And without much further ado, Emmanuel and I are going to check you out on the other side. Hey, it's your Katy Texas Realtor, and in this video, what I want to do is I want to show you the four Katys. Now, the four Katys are not my four best friends. The four Katys are the four different areas of Katy who vary wildly, and you need to know about if you're considering a move to Katy, Texas. My name is Jorge de Jesus. I am your Katy Texas Realtor. Let's jump right in. So, first thing, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this. This is not going to be a 10-minute video. This is going to be something that's about 12 to 15 minutes long. And for the most part, you're going to be staring at this screen. Now, why? I could be bored. I could pull up information and bore you with all that. But what I'd rather do is point to the areas that I am talking about. Okay? Let you explore on your own, and you can go from there. Okay? So, let's start with 77449. Now, I grew up in this area, 77449, and parts of 77084. This is still zone to, it is still part of Katy. It's not the city of Katy, but it's still part of Katy. When we talk about rentals, and then we'll talk about buying a home or selling a home. When we talk about rentals, two things usually happen. Either somebody's looking to move in, just as you would, already lives in the area, understands the area, but what's happening now with lots of people having interests from out of state and out of the country coming into the Katy area, either they'll come directly to rent and look around and figure out, where they want to live a year after that lease, or they end up leasing because the market is competitive, or whatever the case is. So when it comes to rentals, what I like to do, and when it comes to purchasing too, I like to think about and how this is how I explain it to my clients, right? I want you to think of a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. About 1,700 square feet, if you can picture that for a second. I want you to imagine that it's a 1985 built, okay? But it was renovated, right? It's got the nice gray wood look tile. It's got the gray paint. It's got these upgrades and updates, right? So that home in the 77449 area typically will rent somewhere between $1,700 and about $2,000 a month. Now, 3 things you need to know when it comes to renting. Typical criteria are having 3 times the rent as income, having a credit score in the 600s, typically 620 or more, and having a clean background, whether it's criminal or a rental history. Okay, so 77449. You want to be in the you're going to be in the $1,700 to $2,000 per month range. Moving on to 77493 on the other side of the Grand Parkway, 99. Excuse me. Oh, Google, you make things complicated. On the other side, this area here is Old Katy or Downtown Katy. Okay, so these are older homes, and then there's tons of new construction around this area. I say that to say that the rent ranges for that home that you have in your mind, that 3-bedroom, 2-bath, with the wood look tile and all that beautiful stuff, that rental home, you're actually going to be closer to the 1,850 to about $2,100 a month for that same home. Now, as more and more people come in, and as those prices might change. Okay, so be on the lookout for price changes. Uh, let's go to before. I was thinking of which one we should do first. Let's go over here first. So yeah, 1700 to about 1750 to about 2100 on that side. Uh, and then on this side, which is where I live, you're actually, these are older homes all throughout, but a 1995 built renovated home, you're actually going to be in the solid 1800 a month. You're not going to find anything lower, especially if it's well renovated. 1800 to about 24 $2500 a month. That's the range that you're going to be. Depends on the neighborhood too. There's going to be some neighborhoods that you're going to be way below that, and those are going to be around here. But the rest, you're looking at a higher rental rate. And to keep in mind, I'm talking about houses. I'm not talking about apartments in any way, shape, or form. Let me check my levels here. Good. Okay. And let's finish this off with the other side of Katy. This is 77494 Borders Fulshire. Is another great alternative to Katy if you're looking for one. Uh, so here you're going to start. You're going to start in $2,100 a month to about $2,750 in the rental range for that 3-bed 2-bath that has everything, right? That should tell you everything about the area, right? Uh, Mainly a bedroom community, not a lot of commercial spaces. The commercial spaces are within the neighborhoods to service the neighborhoods. So that's where the rental ranges are. I've seen some in the 4,000, 7,000s. It goes on and on and on and on. I mean, you can find those in any of these areas, but much more commonly on this side. Okay, so that's rentals. Now let's take that same house, that 3-bedroom, 2-bath, fully renovated, bells and whistles. Now let's go back over here. There we go. Okay, so we're back over here. Look to budget for about 250,000, 260,000. On the lower end, maybe about 240. The thing is, you're not going to get, because these are, for the majority of these are newer than 1990. You're not going to find a lot of renovation. That's the issue. Okay, so if you fly down to Katy because I said you're going to find it at 250, I'm very sorry. A lot of these neighborhoods are newer, now, meaning 90s to early 2000s. Okay, so you're not going to find renovations, and you might look at 250,000, 260,000 as a starting point for something that needs renovation. Okay, you might even push into the 300,000s. But if you're in those neighborhoods in that area where the houses are a little bit older and they are being renovated, that's typically where they're coming in at, between 240 and 260. But always remember, please keep in mind that there are more buyers than sellers now, so that might drive up the price even more. And you might make a decision based on a video that you saw on YouTube or based on little to no information, and you show up and it's just the budget's not there. Okay, so that's one of my biggest concerns is in helping anyone, is I need it to be perfectly clear the kind of market that we're in, and we'll talk about that later. But at the time of this recording, it's tough to send you out there and say 250. Yeah, you're fine. It's tough. It's really tough. Anywho, I actually didn't mean to go that way. We're going to go this way first. Here, you're about the same price range or even higher, because Like I said, some of these neighborhoods over here closer to the interstate, you might be able to find these kind of prices, but on the rest of these neighborhoods, you're going to be much, much higher. So are you able to find homes under 270? Yes. I would say between 250 and 270, 280, maybe pushing it. Older renovated homes, yes, you'll be able to find them. Uh, but that's half of the area. The other half, you're going to be in the 300s and up. Okay, so again, be very mindful of what you're coming into because it the areas are not uniform. Okay, 9-3. Okay, so going back this way, lots of new construction back here. I couldn't tell you. I can tell you a price range. I think the least expensive new construction that I've seen in this area. Oh, and I forgot to mention there's a few new construction in this area as well. Those are in the 300, no more than 360. Over here, I think you would start at 300 in this area for new construction. For older homes, you're going to start at about 270 for that kind of home. And if it's fully renovated, 280, 290 for a 3-bed, 2-bath. If it's any bigger, you're going to be in the 300s, even for an older renovated home. For the new construction, you're going to be in the 300s to about, well, with Cane Island and other stuff, a million plus. Okay, so there's that. And 77494, I'm going to be very honest with you. You have to, because of the kind of community that it is that they're trying to build and trying to keep to be that kind of bedroom community where not a lot of commercial comes in. It's mostly houses, not a lot of apartment complexes in the area. Could you find a home in the 325, 350 price range? Absolutely. But again, much like I mentioned earlier, you're looking at a situation in this market where you're not going to be the only buyer that's interested in such a deal. And it is a deal. Because in our market, the entire Katy market, no, it doesn't matter which one you're in, you're always going to see growth every single year. So if you buy a home, you're out shopping for a home. Be prepared to start in the 350s here. I would leave the threes behind and start in the fours. I would start in the fours, and sky's the limit as far as like price range. It just depends where you land. It's well worth taking a look because it's a great area. They are all great areas, but it's well worth taking a look, slowing down, figuring out what's important. Are schools important? Is access to the highway important? Uh, do you like an older home that's renovated? Do you want to buy brand new? It depends. Look, all of these areas offer something different for everyone, and you might feel more comfortable in one area over the other. Or you might find the home of your dreams in one area and not in the other. Or if you keep an open mind, you might find it in all four of them. I say all that to say this. These are the 4 Katys. I'm going to make a few more videos about the 4 Katys, at least one per month, where I update you on what's going on. And I add some boring numbers and I add some other stuff. But keep in mind, these things change. Real estate is finicky, and it's not always the same every single month. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end, and we'll talk soon. We want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts to making it all the way through to our video. If you wouldn't mind, please subscribe to the channel. It helps us figure out what kind of content to make, what not to, whenever you like, whenever you get notifications, and things of that nature. And then we hope that we are able to provide you, myself and my son included, all the value you need to buy, sell, rent, lease a home. And if you're ever in the Katy area, please drop us a line. Our contact information is going to be down below. We'd love to work with you.